Welcome back to another video. My name is Sim and I'm going to be talking to you about my current fat loss phase and what I'm doing to get as lean as I have ever been. A little over a week ago I started my fat loss phase and I've been dieting ever since. I've been in a calorie deficit of nearly 1,000 calories and I've increased my energy output by over 50%, doing a minimum of 10,000 steps a day, where I was previously only doing 5, and here are the results. As you can all see, there's been no groundbreaking progress in this first 7 days. I've lost a little over 1 kilogram in body weight and progress photos aren't showing a great deal of change. To be completely transparent, I did expect to see slightly more changes in the scales than what I did. However, I do think there is a few reasons why I only lost 1 kilo. Now, just to put things into perspective, I've gone through multiple fat loss phases in the past and I'm quite commonly see that I will drop multiple kilos in the first few weeks. I think the last fat loss phase I did, I dropped 3.5 to 4 kilos in the very first week. The first reason why I think potentially my weight has not dropped as fast as I was expecting is, well, I just started taking creatine again from last Monday. For those of you that don't know, creatine is a supplement that helps with ATP production and that helps improve performance in the gym. If you've never taken creatine before, or if you've had an extended break from taking creatine like I had this year, and you start taking it again, it can affect your scale weight. The reason it does this is because it draws water into the muscle cells and thus obviously increasing water weight within the body and can result in maybe 1 kilo or so of fluctuation in weight. This is potentially why I've lost less weight than I was expecting. However, it could be that I was also just in a surplus and I've only just decided on that Friday that I was going to start the fat loss phase immediately then, so I had no phase where I was in maintenance. I've gone straight from consuming more calories than my body needed straight into a deficit, so that could be the other reason why that my weight loss was a little bit slower than this. But in saying all that, this really doesn't concern me whatsoever. I know I'm taking the right steps that I need to keep progressing, so that's all I'm really concerned about for now. Losing over 1 kilogram in weight in a week is by no means a disappointing result. For those that might have less experience than myself in a fat loss phase, or those brand new to the gym wanting to lose body weight and wanting to drop body fat, seeing a disappointing result straight off the bat first week in, when they've made all of these huge changes to their routine, their diet, they're hoping to see these massive results straight up, can be quite disappointing and demotivating. And a lot of people might look to go change what they are doing, whether that be their training or their nutrition, but a lot of the time it doesn't need to be done. You're overcomplicating something that you just need extra time for. I think 1 week is really hard to make a judgment call on whether or not you're on the right track. So for the most part, I think anyone who knows they're making a positive step in the right direction just needs to give it a little bit more time before they start chopping and changing what they're currently doing, because you might just be overcomplicating the process. So since starting my fat loss phase, I've also started training only 3 days a week in the gym, where I was previously doing 4 and in other months even 5 days a week. The reason for this is because I wanted to free up time to do cardio, which is, for me, just walking. I've set a minimum of 10,000 steps, which I've mentioned previously, and that's something that is difficult for me to attain if I'm constantly going to the gym. I know it's only reducing the days by 1 per week, but it allows me the freedom to spend that extra time doing the cardio that I know is more important for me in this phase than potentially getting in an extra day in the gym. The focus behind my training at the moment is not to build muscle. I know that in a calorie deficit that I'm currently in, there's a very little chance that I'm going to put on much muscle, if any at all. So my training volume is basically down to the bare bones. I'm looking to focus on maintaining the muscle that I have built over the past 12 to 24 months that I've been in a calorie surplus, and nothing more really. The way I'm doing this is by focusing on hitting 3 to 4 sets per muscle group a week and just maintaining my current strength levels. I'm trying to maintain my current weight that I'm using for every exercise and my current rep maxes. Although I have changed the training days from 4 to 3, basically my key movements for all of these sessions are still the same. So my big movements for each muscle group are still the same movements I've been doing for majority of the year. So I am familiar with them. I have worked up to a particular PR, and that is what I'm looking to maintain throughout this period. So we're only 1 week in, very early days. I'm going to keep ticking along and I will keep you updated with any changes and the progresses that I make along the way.